L'Oreal have released this new 2-in-1 concealer and foundation hybrid, and I have never tried anything quite like it. Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Carmel, and in today's video we are reviewing the new L'Oreal Infallible Skin Ink. I've been putting this new product to the test, and today I'm ready to bring you my thoughts. So if that sounds like something that you might be interested in, then please do keep on watching. So the Skin Ink from L'Oreal is definitely available in Europe, and I've had a look in the US. I'm not sure it's reached there yet because I couldn't find it, but I would presume it is definitely on the way, so just sit tight. So as I said, this is a 2-in-1 foundation concealer hybrid, and this will set you back €20 or 13 to 14 pounds for, wait for it, 15 ml of product. Yes, 15 ml. So that is literally half of what we are used to getting with a foundation. And so that, in my opinion, makes it an incredibly expensive product. And I just have to say, for anybody over this side of the world who can access Boots online, they actually have it marked up incorrectly. They say that it's €20 for 30 ml of product, but it's not. It's 15 ml. So just take it from me. I've got it here. It's 15 ml. So the L'Oreal Infallible Skin Ink 2-in-1 foundation and concealer hybrid has a soft matte finish and a buildable coverage. The groundbreaking fusion technology bonds with your skin, providing undetectable, flawless coverage that lasts for up to 48 hours. It is sweat proof and it is transfer resistant. Just one word about the ingredients. I know people will be wondering, does it have denatured alcohol in? And unfortunately, for those of you who hate it, yes, it does. People will avoid denatured alcohol in products if they have slightly sensitive skin or if they feel like it dries out their skin, because some people feel like it is a drying ingredient. But you know, it's there to help with blendability, absorption. It also helps with the preservation of products as well. So that's why it's in there. So obviously this is a little bit of a different looking foundation concealer. Well, it looks like a concealer because you have the doe foot applicator. It's great for convenience, for popping in your bag, for travel. Obviously it's completely weightless. The packaging is really lovely. So it has this ball inside. So you need to make sure that you are giving this product a good shake before you pop it on. That's really, really important. And you will find that this is quite a dry formula. So I guess in a way it's good because you can control the amount of product that you're putting on your face, but I find myself having to dip into the product quite a lot to get the product out. It is currently only available in 15 shades, but they are flexible and they are genuinely flexible. So I actually have 2 shades. The first shade that I picked up, I knew was going to be incorrect for me. However, it was the only shade that I could get at the time. Now they have made more accessible to us. So I'll show you both of them swatched. So I picked up 140 warm and 100 warm. There's a big jump between the neutral and the warm shades on the lighter side, but I can hand on heart tell you that these are definitely flexible. I was wearing 140 for a week and then realized that it was just too warm. So in terms of my skin tone, I have generally a neutral olive undertone, but I do have a few warm undertones in there, so I can get away with some warm products. So we have 100 warm here, and then over here we have 140 warm. So there is a considerable jump between the two. So L'Oreal say to dot this around the face and then to blend out. I'm just going to say to you, don't dot it around your whole face all in one go because it dries down really, really quickly. So my advice is to do section by section. Now I have tried to blend this out in different ways. I don't think it blends out very well with your fingers. I tried it and I definitely think that the best way to apply this is with a brush. So I'm going to be using my BK Beauty 101 brush. This I found is the best way to apply. So I've prepped my skin in the usual way today. I've used a hydrating essence, I've used an SPF, and I've used my moisturiser as well. I always have my information in the description box below, but I have dry skin, I have mature skin, I'm 42. So again, this is 100. So this is supposed to be a soft matte. You can see I've got some spots and broken capillaries around my nose. And honestly, it's such a dry feeling formula, but don't leave it sat there for too long, is my advice. So we're just going to kind of push it into the skin. and it blends really nicely. See how it's just fused to my skin? This, it's a bit of sorcery, this, honestly. I don't know what technology is in here, but it's crazy. So we'll just do up here as well. So again, in sections, but you do have to keep dipping in because not a lot comes out, which I guess is a good thing because you can't really over apply this. Okay, so I'm going to pop a little bit under my eyes now. And I'll just go in with the same brush. So there's one light layer and a really, really light layer on this side. So that's with, and that's without. It's very much like a skin tint, very much so, but it definitely is buildable. So we'll get it on the rest of the face now. Oh, and another thing, it is essential oil free and it is fragrance free as well for anybody that's wondering. So in my opinion, this definitely looks better with a light layer. I have been successfully able to build it up, but I just find one light layer is enough for me. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in on certain areas that I feel like I need just a touch more coverage and just build it up in those areas. I'd say this is a light to medium buildable coverage. Okay, so that's how we're looking with the face complete. And so I'll just show you a quick before and after. So I have been trying to figure out whether this oxidizes, and I feel like there is a little bit of oxidizing with the foundation, which isn't an unknown with L'Oréal foundations. If you look on my hand here, so I think you can see there that it has gone slightly darker, the two shades, and I just want to confirm one thing, that this is completely budge proof. It's completely transfer proof. It doesn't move. It's the most non-budge complexion product I think I've ever used. Honestly, I actually did a swatch one morning of one of these and forgot to wipe it off, and no matter how many times I'd wash my hands through the day, it was still on there. Definitely lives up to those claims. It's definitely waterproof. It's definitely transfer resistant. Okay, let me just throw on a little bit of makeup and then I'm going to take you through what I really think about this product, and I definitely have some thoughts. So today I actually feel like it has emphasized some of my pores. And do you know what? I haven't really had that with this. So I don't know what I've done differently today. Maybe something in my skin prep routine. I don't know, but I can definitely see a little bit more emphasis on my pores than I have when I've worn it all of the other times. So in terms of the finish, I would say it is a soft matte bordering on natural finish. I think it depends on the base products that you use. Because I've used hydrated base products and I've really prepped my skin, and because I've used creams on the rest of my face, it does border on a natural finish. I don't think it looks heavy or cakey, and I think it's actually really quite flattering. It doesn't emphasize any texture, dryness or lines. So a major pro for me is that I do not need to use a scrap of powder on my face. I haven't used one single little bit of powder today. It's absolutely self-setting, so you can ditch the powder when it comes to this. You don't need it. It definitely fuses to your skin. I mean, you saw it when I was blending it out. It just became one with my skin, and that's probably why it's so pricey. I'd say that the biggest pro is the longevity of this. You can wear this and wear this and wear this, and it will stay on your face until it's time for you to take it off. The most that I've worn this is around about maybe actually 13 hours, and it looked the same as when I had put it on in the morning. It doesn't fade, it doesn't budge. Honestly, there's no wearing in this. So if you want something that's budge proof, you need to go for this. I think this is made for people with normal to oily or oilier skin. I think this would do an amazing job at keeping oils at bay. Okay, so that just leads me into some of the negatives. I have dry skin, and although it doesn't look like this is drying my skin out, it feels a little bit like it is. So if you have dry or drier skin, you'll understand the feeling of tightness in your skin, you know, that lack of hydration. I feel that when I have this foundation on, and I'd say out of all the times that I've worn it, there's only been maybe 1 or 2 occasions that I've not felt that tightness in my skin. So one day I had to come up and I had to spray myself with a hydrating mist because my skin felt too tight. But I have to really emphasize the point that it doesn't look dry. Another negative is how quick it dries down. So you have to work in sections where you don't have to, but I would advise you to work in sections around your face, because once it dries down, it ain't moving, it ain't budging, it ain't transferring, it ain't going anywhere. So work in sections around your face, but I just don't like that kind of pressure, all right? I like time to work. If you skipped your prep on this foundation, you're going to end up in trouble because it's such a dry formula. So hydrate your skin before you put this on. Do not skip on your prep. Anytime, but definitely not when you're using this. Another negative is I don't feel like I could use powder products with this even if I wanted to. So if I wanted to use a powder blush, I don't think I would. I've got a cream bronzer on now. I've got a cream blush. I don't think I would ever want to wear a powder product with this. I feel like it would just look dry and it would feel too dry. I feel like it works much better as a foundation than a concealer on my personal under eyes. I don't think it gives me enough coverage under the eyes, even though it's buildable, because my under eyes are dry. So I just don't feel like it's hydrating enough to be appropriate for my under eyes. I guess a positive is that you don't need to powder under your eyes when you use this as a concealer, so it depends on the state of your under eyes really. Okay, so the absolute biggest negative for me is the cost. So these two combined would be the same amount as you would get in any normal foundation. So 30ml, 1 fluid ounce, and €20 each, €40. I don't know what planet I'm living on, but I think that's a luxury price point. I don't know what you're thinking, or have I just gone mad? I mean, I know prices have increased, but what? 15ml for €20. In the UK, this is between, I think I saw it in Superdrug for about £13 or £14 for 15ml. I'm not going to use this as concealer. I'm going to use it as a foundation. How long is 15ml really going to last me? I want to be able to recommend this because I do think it's a beautiful product, but the price concerns me. That's a lot, and yeah. Do I think it's worth the money? I think it's a beautiful formula. I think it's innovative. I think it's different. I've never tried anything quite like it, but it's very, very expensive, my friends. Very expensive, so think carefully before you splurge. Okay, so let me know, what do you think of this new skin ink from L'Oreal? I would love to hear your thoughts. There's no doubt that it's very innovative and different, but I think... yeah, I think you need to think long and hard as to whether it's for you. I really do like it. I think it's wonderful. And it does actually amaze me every time I use it, but I don't think it's going to be for everybody. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. I so appreciate you being here with me. I'm really looking forward to seeing you in the next video. But until then, take care and bye for now.